had a good practice 2 days ago. Yesterday we had a day off. The NCAA has given us 2 extra days of camp, but they're both for rest days. So yesterday was a rest day, so it went 3 days, day off, just for health and safety. Then we'll go, I think, 3 or 4 days, day off again. So we're just using them strategically, just to keep our kids fresh and healthy, which I think is huge. It's one of the good things the NCAA has done throughout the last few years. But happy with where we are. First day in shells. Everybody's getting used to their pads. Today will be a big day just to find out where we are after today. There'll be some major improvements. We only had one little fight that was not worth talking about with you guys, but I'm sure there'll be maybe more today.
Backyard Brawl, Sellout, reaction and thoughts on that?
Found out probably a week ago. I guess when it opened up 15 minutes later, it was sold out. I mean, it just erupted, which we know. That's we kind of felt that was going to happen. And again, we know we've got the largest crowd in AccuSure Stadium history, and so we hope we break that record too.
Pat, when did you first start, even if it's only in meetings, when did you first start preparing for West Virginia? How much West Virginia work do you do in this camp?
Every day you're working towards West Virginia. But I think the first thing is we're worried about Pitt. Okay, if we're still worried about something way far in front of us, we got issues. I mean, obviously kids think about it, you think about it, but the focus really is on Pitt right now and what we're doing to be better. We got plenty of time for that, but as coaches, okay, we're older, we're more mature, we can kind of figure that out, Jerry. So we've done a lot of mental work, film work, all that stuff, but now we put that aside. We're focusing on, just getting better as a football team.
First weekend here of camp, essentially 2 days off straight for the players. Is there any guidance on what they should do, what they can do, what they can't do? How do you guys approach that?
I mean, during camp, just the camp rules?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we just checked into the hotel yesterday. So although camp started, I didn't mention that to you, camp started before, really 99% of our summer finals are over today. So our kids have been really juggling academics and football practice through camp here to this point. But I think there might be one kid that's got an exam right now still, but camp is over. So we checked into the hotel yesterday, which is a good day to do it on a day off. We only have 2 hours of football meetings on day off. And so the rules are, they're in that facility up there or they're here and that's it. And I told them last night, it's true camp now. We're really in camp mode.
You had talked about on media day about Brandon Hill having it's not the fastest time on the team, 4.3, 4.40. I know Eric was 4.4 somewhere. What does that do for your defense when you have maybe the fastest guy on the team and the fastest guy on the football field back there and Brandon patrolling the secondary?
Yeah, it helps. Obviously speed is really important, but if you go really fast in the wrong direction, you've got problems, right? So we just got to make sure, speed is great, athletic ability is great, the knowledge and the technique that you use out here. I mean, you can have a lot of fast track guys, and the great thing about Brandon Hill, he's not a track guy, he's a football player. And more than his speed, I love how he plays, the attitude he plays with, and again, his knowledge of the game.
Scrimmage tomorrow?
No. Tomorrow, we'll have some live periods, but no scrimmage. We're only allowed to have so many scrimmages. Tomorrow we finally put the pants on, and we'll have some live situations, but it won't be a scrimmage.
How many full scrimmages will you do this month?
I believe 3. Yeah.
With the changes at outside linebacker, just in terms of athletic ability, skill sets, how do you feel like that group will look different this year than it did last year?
Yeah, it's amazing. When you look at linebackers, spend a lot of time just focusing on those guys this week. I mean, some guys look really good in there, and that, just some names that you maybe haven't heard of. Aiden Henningham, I just actually walked out, with him and saying, hey, I see major improvements from where you were in spring. Like you see a jump sometimes. Sometimes it just the light clicks on, but he's looked good here the last few days. Tyler Wiltz has really looked good. Been impressed with what he can do and maybe the ability he has to help us at that position as well. So maybe we'll have a chance to talk with him here shortly. But it's a daily process. I mean, Shane Simon had looked good in the spring. He still looks good, maybe better now. So there's a lot of growth out of those guys throughout the summer.
And how do you feel about the athleticism of that group?
I feel really good. I mean, those guys are athletic. They can run. I mean, Solomon DeShields is I think a step better than he was. And again, he was pretty good in the spring. Started off as a starter, kind of got beat out, and he's battling back, and he looks good as well. There's some athletes there that can run. Just got to get them running in the right direction, right?
Will you be at AccuSure at all this camp?
Yes, probably 2 or 3 times. Yeah, AccuSure.
Is there any movement at corner yet? Anyone distinguishing themselves?
Not movement. Again, we 2 days in in our underwear, and then yesterday, first day, and just shoulder pads being on our shoulders. So you're not seeing a whole lot of movement. The guys that we thought were good are good, and Rashad Battle, Marquez, the rest of those guys have all been good. And try to think, the younger guys are still developing and look good. No one's looked bad, put it that way.
What do you see from the quarterbacks so far?
Quarterbacks, let me see the clock, 52 seconds. The quarterbacks, both look solid. I mean, each one of them's got their good plays or bad plays like everybody, just like you guys. And, it's going to be a test of time really to see, the consistency. You need the consistency.